Alright, so The Mandalorian and Grogu is out, and in this video I'm going to give a quick rundown of the plot and give my review at the end. So if you've already seen the movie and you want to hear my thoughts, feel free to skip this part. So this is the first Star Wars film in over 6 years. The Rise of Skywalker was released in 2019, and that was the last Star Wars film to come out in theaters. So the movie starts off. Mando is with Grogu on a mission. They are hunting down warlords and commanders, people trying to help bring up the Empire again. And so the first, 10 minutes or so is Mando and Grogu on that mission. It's a really quick mission, classic, Mandalorian messy style. He's basically working for the New Republic to hunt down neo-imperialist warlords from the former Galactic Empire. After the mission, Sigourney Weaver's character, Colonel Ward, offers him a prepayment for an upcoming job involving the Hutt twins, successors to Jabba the Hutt. And so she gives him a prepayment of a new Razor Crest ship. And he accepts the mission and he goes with Zeb to basically the mission is to bring Rada the Hutt back to the Hutt twins. And they go to the moon of Shikari and they find Rada the Hutt, and he's basically a gladiator fighting for a warlord basically. And he says he's done after one more fight. Mando ends up finding out that it's rigged and he's going to die in the fight. So he tries to get him out and help him escape. Rada doesn't fully believe and trust Mando, so he tries to get away. Mando does what he does best, and he gets Rada back and onto their ship. After that, Rada says to Mando that the twins only want him back so they can kill him and take over the Hutt cartel. Mando doesn't really care. He's doing his job. He's going to get paid, and he's just doing what he was assigned to do. And Mando ends up believing Rada and takes him to the ward. He returns home and is getting some work done on his ship and hires Anzelians to modify the Razor Crest. At night, the bounty hunter Embo comes and captures the Mandalorian and takes him to the twins. Once there, he finds out they intercepted and took Rada, and their intent is to torture him basically for hundreds of years. They throw Mando into a pit and force him to fight a dragon snake. Grogu and the Anzelians come and help Mando escape. He does get bit by the dragon snake, and the poison is slowly killing him. And the Anzelians leave. He tells Grogu to leave with the Anzelians, and Grogu stays, helps try and get Mando back to health. He heals his wound. He finds someone to help with the poison. He gives the antidote to Mando. Once better, Mando and Grogu go back to the palace and try and rescue Rada. He fights Embo while Grogu is freeing Rada. After Rada is free, he fights the twins, and they all fall into the pit. And Grogu pulls Rada up with the force out of the pit, and Embo escapes, and the twins are eaten by the dragon snake. Colonel Ward, Sigourney Weaver's character, she comes in with a squad of the New Republic, and they come in fighters and blow up the palace and destroy all the droids. At the end, Rada decides to stay and work for the New Republic. Mando and Grogu leave off with the new Razor Crest. So my first impressions were, I thought it was a great and fun story, and I would give it probably 8.8, 8.7, somewhere around there, out of 10. And I thought, like everyone, it was more like a couple episodes of The Mandalorian instead of a main saga film where it connects to other parts of the franchise in a big way. But I do think that it was a great movie, and as of right now, they've made about 250 million so far in the first week and a half. But I think it was a great story. Like I said, I think obviously not much changed, not much happened, but I did really love the opening of the film. It wasn't really related to the rest, but it was super well executed, and all the shots were great. I love the fast-paced missions, but it didn't have anything to do with the rest of the story, really. I did think that Mando should have defeated Embo. I know Embo is, on a Jedi defeating level almost. He's a pretty strong bounty hunter, but I think Mando, with all his gadgets and smarts, I think he should have defeated him. When I originally saw the trailer for this movie, I didn't like how his mask was taken off again, but in the movie it did work well because of the Hutts wanted to shame him by taking off his mask because they knew the Mandalorian creed and what would happen to him if he didn't kill them. But I liked that, and something I didn't like was the voice for Rada. I don't think Jeremy White was a great fit, and Sigourney's character kind of seemed like a kind of dull, like emotionless kind of character. I don't think they were a good fit for the Colonel Ward. Also, I don't like when they put big names into Star Wars. I think it kind of takes you out of the galaxy. But that's about pretty much all I had to say about the movie. I know it got good audience score reviews and okay critic reviews, but it's kind of been not doing as well as predicted in the box office. So, and what I predicted. I originally predicted 700 million. Then at the low point, I was saying 550, but it seems like it might not even reach that, but we'll have to see. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts about the movie in the comments, and may the Force be with you. Have a great day.